and happy Earth Day. Awesome. So once you have got your pillow ready, we'll just go ahead and sit in a simple cross-legged position on your mat, Sukhasana, making sure your spine is completely straight. Just rest your hands on your thighs, rolling your shoulders up and down your spine. And gently closing the eyes here. And let's place one hand on our chest and one hand on our belly. And starting to take a deep inhale, feeling the breath fill up our belly, and then feeling it raise all the way up through our chest and our collarbone region. And exhaling with the nose. Just starting to focus your attention on your deep breathing. Using the full capacity of your lungs, making sure your inhale is the same amount of time as your exhale. Maybe feeling where you feel your breath the most throughout your body. Where does it go? If any thoughts or distractions come to your mind, just bring your focus back to your breath and just try not to worry about any distractions or any noises around you. Doing a few more deep breaths here. If you want, you can relax your palms down on your thighs again. Starting to think of an intention for your practice or a goal that you want to achieve. Maybe you want to focus on your breathing, making that flow with your movements. Maybe you just want to clear your mind of any negative thoughts for the next hour. Whatever it is that you think you need to work on today. And just repeat that back to yourself a few times. Continuing with your deep breaths. And today just focusing on what you want to attract into your life and your practice. And let's do one more deep inhale and an open mouth exhale. Gently opening the eyes and walking the hands out right in front of you, keeping your spine lengthened, keeping your glutes on the floor. And just reaching forward, starting to get some movement. On your next exhale, go ahead and walk your hands over to the right side. And from here, dropping your right forearm on the mat, reaching up for a twist with the left arm. And maybe reaching over with that left arm a little bit for more of a side stretch. Or maybe you want to bend at the elbow for more of a shoulder stretch here. So those are some options you could do. Taking a deep inhale. Exhale, walking back over to the center, reaching a little bit further, keeping your spine lengthened. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, walking over to the left side. Keeping both glutes on the floor still. Feeling that nice side body stretch in your right side. Dropping your forearm, inhale that right arm up. And exhale, maybe reaching over to the left with your right arm. If you bent your elbow on the other side, you can do that on this side too for a shoulder stretch. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, walking over to the center one more time, going a little bit deeper. Keeping those deep breaths. And when you're ready, slowly walking up and then coming to sit on our knees for our thunderbolt pose. Just bringing your big toes to touch. Your ankles are right outside of your glutes here. And just taking a deep breath here. And placing your fingers right behind you on the mat, keeping your elbows tucked into your sides. Opening up the chest, bringing your shoulder blades together for a nice heart opener. And exhaling, coming back to center. If you want to grab your pillow or your block or whatever you have handy, and just bringing it right in front of you. And just placing your palms right on the pillow, and we're going to sink down for a nice deep shoulder stretch here. So maybe you want to layer a few pillows on top of each other to get a deeper stretch. But just placing your palms into the block or the pillow, maybe widening your knees a little bit here. And just resting your head on the mat in between your arms. And once again, the more height you have, the deeper the stretch will be. So if you just want one pillow, that's fine. Maybe 2 or 3 or a block. Just relaxing here for a deep shoulder stretch. With each inhale and exhale, filling up the belly. A few more breaths here. And when you're ready, slowly raising back up, setting your pillow aside. And then coming all the way up onto our knees, we're going to do some salutations to the moon because it happens to be a new moon today. So inhale, raising the arms up. And then on the exhale, circling the arms down and coming out to a child's pose, sending the hips back. After a full breath in child's pose, inhale, coming onto the knees again. Arms come up, maybe a slight arch in the back here. And then exhale, circling the arms down and out. Hips come back for child's pose. And one more time. Inhale, raising up on the knees. Arms come up, maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, circling the arms out into our child's pose. Awesome. And when you're ready, coming back up, walking our hands out in front for a tabletop position. And from here, we're just gonna lift up for our high plank and lowering all the way down on our bellies here. Placing your forearms into the mat, arching the back for our Sphinx pose, squeezing your legs behind you, really pressing your palms in so you have an arch in your back. We're not sinking into our shoulders. We're nice and tall, gazing at the ceiling. And from here, keeping your forearms where they are, you're gonna raise your hips up like you're going back into a child's pose, and then sending your chest on the mat. So your hips are up in the air, your chest is on the mat. This is our extended puppy pose. Maybe just setting your chin on the mat. Awesome. When you're ready, coming out of that, bringing your hips down, all the way onto your belly again, and then planting your hands right next to your chest, keeping your elbows tucked into your side. Inhale, raising up for our cobra pose, keeping a slight bend in the elbows. Shoulders are pressed back, squeezing your legs and your butt behind you. We're just doing all the back stuff today. Make sure you're breathing deeply here. And on your next exhale, releasing back down. Take a breath here. And reaching back, actually scooch over to the left side of your mat a little bit so you're on the very edge if you're on a mat. Otherwise, just stay where you are and then reach back and grab your foot with your left hand, bending the left knee. Your right arm is going to go straight in front of you. And then on an inhale, arching the back, pressing your foot into your hand for a half bow pose. Just as far up as you can today. You don't have to be up very far, just whatever you feel comfortable with. And then from here, we're going to roll onto our back, still keeping that foot in your hand. And when you get onto your back, stretching your leg towards you, straightening it as much as you can. Your right arm should still be straight where it is. We haven't moved it. You might have a slight bend in the knee for our first leg stretch. That's totally fine. And when you're ready, grabbing your foot again, bending the knee, and then rolling onto your tummy again, pressing the palm or your foot into your palm, arching the back again for our half bow pose. Taking an inhale here, exhale, flipping onto your back again. Once you get on your back, straightening your leg, grabbing the big toe if that's easier. Trying to keep that right arm straight by our ear. Taking a nice inhale. Exhale, grabbing the foot, bending the knee, rolling back onto our belly. Arching the back again, half bow pose. And one more time, so a deep inhale here. Exhale, rolling onto the back, straightening the leg and stretching it towards you. Maybe going a little bit deeper with every sequence. And if you want to just hug that knee into your chest, maybe doing some ankle rolls. Awesome. When you're ready, rolling back onto your belly. If you're on your mat, scooching over to the right side to do the other side. So coming onto our belly, our left arm comes straight in front of us. Bending your right leg. Reaching back to grab your right foot with your right hand. Inhale, arching the back, pressing up for a half bow. And then on your exhale, rolling onto your back, stretching your leg up in front of you, grabbing your big toe. Keeping that deep breath, your left arm should still be right by your ear. And when you're ready, taking a deep inhale, grabbing the inside of your foot. And exhale, rolling over on your belly, bending the right knee, arching the back, half bow. Pressing your foot into your hand. And exhale, rolling over onto your back, stretching your right leg towards you. One sequence of our breath here. On your next inhale, grabbing your foot. Exhale, rolling onto your belly, bending your right knee. One more time on the inhale, arching the back, pressing your foot into your hand. And exhale, rolling onto your back, straightening your leg towards you. And hugging your right knee into your chest, doing some ankle rolls. And when you're ready, rolling back onto your tummy. And if you feel comfortable, we are gonna go into our full bow pose now. So grabbing the inside of both of your feet, bending both of the knees, and then just arching the back, really trying to press your feet into your hands, just as high as you wanna go. Keeping that deep breath. And exhale, release down. Taking a deep breath here. Awesome. From here, we're gonna roll onto our tabletop position on our hands and knees. And from here, tucking the toes, sending the hips up for our downward facing dog. Make sure to press all of your fingers into the mat, equal pressure. And while you're pressing your palms, sending your chest back to meet your legs. For our proper alignment here, just letting your head fall. Maybe pedaling out the feet a little bit, bending one leg at a time. And when you're ready, slowly walking up to meet our hands, slightly bending the knees, and just holding in our forward fold here. Maybe you want to grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Maybe you want to bend one knee and then the other. And when you're ready, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling up to standing. And bringing your big toes to touch, your heels are slightly apart. Rolling your shoulders down and back your spine. Slightly opening the palms. Making sure your hips are tucked under. Just closing your eyes here for our Tadasana mountain pose. Just feeling nice and grounded in our pose here. There's equal weight in our four corners of each of our feet. Just take some deep breaths here. Feeling your weight on the mat. And on a deep inhale, bringing the arms up, gazing at the ceiling. And then exhale, leaning over to the right side, keeping your left shoulder nice and open. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, lean over to the left side. Inhale, raising up. And for the next time, we're gonna go on our tippy toes if you can, trying to find that balance. So inhale here, exhale, leaning over to the right side. Inhale, back up to center, exhale, leaning to the left side. Inhale, back up to center, and then exhale, coming back onto your feet and exhaling the hands to our heart center. Inhale, arms come up, and then exhale, swan dive to our forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, look forward for a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Trying to keep our upper backs as straight as we can when we go down, trying not to round it. So trying to bend at the hips to go closer rather than rounding our back. And then from here, stepping your right foot back into a low lunge, dropping that right knee. Inhale, coming up, rolling the shoulders down and back your spine. Your fingers have energy in them. This is our Ashwashinchalanasana horse riding pose. Inhale, pressing the hips forward. Arms come up, slight arch in the back. Taking a full breath here. And then exhale, bringing your palms down on the mat, on the outside of your left foot. Tucking those back toes. And coming back into our downward dog. Pressing our palms into the mat, sending our chest back. And then from here, dropping down onto our knees, chest and chin. So our hips stay in the air. This is our Ashtanga Namaskar 8 points pose. Keeping your palms right by your chest, your elbows are tucked into your side. And on your next inhale, lowering the hips, raising up for our Cobra, Bhujangasana. Squeezing your legs and your butt behind you. Your shoulders are pressed back. And when you're ready, tucking your back toes, meeting in our down dog again. Taking a deep breath here. And stepping forward with our right foot. Stepping forward with our left foot. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening the spine, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up to standing, arms come up. And exhaling the hands to heart center. Taking a deep breath here. Now do the other side. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive to our forward fold. Maybe going a little bit deeper with every sequence. Inhale, bring your hands on your shins, look forward, lengthening the spine. Exhale, forward fold. From here, stepping your left foot back into our low lunge. Dropping the back knee, coming up with the chest. Shoulders are back. Your fingers have energy in them. And then on an inhale, sending the hips forward. Arms come up, slight arch in the back. A full round of breath here. And on your next exhale, bringing your hands down by your right foot, tucking your back toes, sending your right foot back to our down dog. And from here, dropping your knees, chest, and chin down for Ashtanga Namaskar. Keeping your elbows tucked into your side. And when you're ready, pressing your palms into the mat, lowering the hips, raising the chest for our Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Pressing your shoulders back. Your elbows are tucked into your side. You're squeezing your legs and your butt behind you. And when you're ready, tucking your back toes, sending your hips up for downward dog. Stepping forward with your left foot, stepping forward with your right foot. Inhale, lengthening the spine for a halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up to a standing, arms come above head. And exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a few deep breaths here. Feeling that grounding posture again in your feet. Feeling the weight of your body on the mat. Coming back to your intention that you had set at the beginning of practice. And inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive to our forward fold. And from here, we're just gonna take a seat. And we're gonna bring our right foot on top of our left, so your right foot is on the mat. Crossing in like a little pretzel here. Make sure both glutes are on the mat. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, twisting over to the right side for our Ardha Matsyendrasana, half spinal twist. Opening up the right shoulder. Gazing over the right shoulder behind you. Keeping that length in your spine as you twist. And looking forward, inhale the left arm back up, opening the palm, and exhale the left arm back down. So here we have a fun little sequence. So what we're gonna do is with your left hand, you're gonna walk it out just a little bit, planting your left palm, straightening your left leg just out to the side so you're on the side of your left foot. And when you're ready, you're just gonna lift your hips up from here. Your right foot is still exactly where it is. You're lifting up your hips, bringing the right arm up. And when you're ready, stepping your right foot into our side plank. If you want, you can definitely lower that left knee down for some support if you need to. Keeping your balance here, engaging your core. And then from here, with your right foot, you're gonna step behind your left foot. I'll show you with your knee down if you're doing that first. So if your knee's down for some support, you can still do this. So stepping behind with your right foot, and then you're just gonna rotate your left foot right by your left hand to arch the back for Wild Thing pose. Reaching behind with your right hand. Now if you were just in a regular side plank, you would just step behind with your right foot, go onto your toes, arching the back. And when you're ready, stepping your right foot back into your side plank. Stepping your right foot right in front like our first posture. Keeping your hips nice and tall. And slowly releasing, let go of the hips. That was fun, eh? So from here, keeping your legs where they are. In fact, you're gonna try to keep both glutes on the floor. Try to align your knees. If they're not totally in line, that's totally fine. And maybe bringing the ankles out slightly. And preparing for our Gomukhasana cow's face pose. So inhale the right arm up, and then exhale, bending at the elbow, trying to keep it as close to the center of your back as possible. And then your left arm's gonna come out, your thumb's facing down, circling it behind you and bending at the elbow. And just trying to grab fingers here. If you can't grab them, that's fine. One side might be easier than the other. If you have a strap or a scarf or anything, you can also grab it in both hands to try to walk your fingers closer to each other. Making sure your spine is lengthened. Just close your eyes here, deepen your breath. This is one of my favorite postures. It's a really nice leg stretch and shoulder stretch and a back stretch. It also helps to improve your daily posture. Just a few more breaths here. Awesome. After your last exhale, slowly straightening the arms again and untwining the legs. Shake them out if you need to. And then we're going to do the other side. So your left foot comes across. Make sure both glutes are on the floor. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, twisting over to the left side for a half spinal twist. Really lengthening the spine, opening your left shoulder. Just gazing over your left shoulder behind you. Maybe slightly pressing your shoulder or your elbow into your knee to get more of a deep twist. And when you're ready, looking forward, inhale the right arm up. Exhale, opening the palm and bring your arm down. Now, going into that fun sequence. So with your right hand, you're gonna walk it out slightly, straightening your right leg. And from here, just keeping your left foot where it is, raising the hips up, left arm comes up for a twist. Deep breath here. And making sure your shoulder is directly above your wrist here. And whenever you're ready, stepping back to your side plank, dropping that right knee if you need to for some support. And from here, dropping your left foot behind your right leg, arching the back for a wild thing pose. Once again, if you are still on your knee, you'll just rotate your knee so your foot is close to your right hand, going onto your left toes and arching the back from there. Awesome. When you're ready, going back to your side plank and stepping the left foot in front, keeping your hips nice and raised. And slowly lowering down with the hips and bending that right leg, coming back to our center. And then from here, trying to maneuver our legs so our knees are in line. Both glutes are on the floor. Also, if this is too uncomfortable, you can also just do like an easy cross-legged position and then just do the arms for this pose. Otherwise, we'll inhale the left arm up, exhale, bending at the elbow, and then the right arm comes out to the side, your thumb is facing down, and rotating it behind you, bending at the elbow, trying to grab your hands behind you. This side is definitely harder for me. Keeping your spine lengthened. We're not bending our back. Trying to move your top elbow as close to the center of your spine as possible. Just close your eyes, take some deep breaths here. Just surrender to each and every posture. Awesome. When you're ready, slowly undoing your arms and shaking out your legs, and then just straightening your legs in front of you, making sure your spine is straight, just setting your palms right next to your hips, flexing your feet for our base position. Taking a deep breath here, feeling grounded here. Inhale, raising the arms up. And then exhale, bending at the hips for our Kushinattanasana pose. Maybe grabbing your big toes or the outside of your feet or the tops of your feet. And just bending at the elbows slightly to get closer to our legs, trying not to round our back if we can. Trying to keep our head up so we're reaching with our chin instead of our forehead, because then we don't tend to round our spine as much. Keeping those deep belly breaths, maybe with each exhale going a little bit deeper. Starting to slow down the breath, relaxing your mind and your body again. Making sure to keep those feet flexed. And when you're ready, slowly coming back up. From here, pressing your palms right behind you. You can place them facing forward or behind, whatever feels better for you. And then raising the hips, pointing your toes towards the floor, just letting your head fall for our Setu Asana bridge pose. Raising your hips up as much as you can, squeezing your butt at the top. And when you're ready, slowly lowering the hips back down. And from here, going all the way onto our back. And grabbing the inside of both of your feet and slightly just pressing the knees down for our happy baby pose, keeping both shoulders on the mat. Maybe rolling from side to side, give your back a little massage. And if you want, you can stay here or grab your big toes and straightening your legs. Awesome. From here, bring your legs together, hugging your knees into your chest, doing some more rolls back and forth. And straightening your left leg, hug your right knee into your chest. And reaching over with your left hand to grab the outside of your right knee, bring it across your body for a supine twist. Right arm goes straight into a T, gazing over your right fingertips. If you want, you can bend your left leg and grab your left foot with your right hand. Or you can just stay in your regular supine twist, making sure both shoulders stay on the mat. Keeping those deep breaths. And coming back to center, hugging your right knee into the chest one more time. And straightening the right leg, hugging the left leg into the chest. And bring it across our body for supine. Left arm goes straight, gazing over your left fingertips. Taking a deep breath. And once again, if you want, you can bend your right leg that's on the ground and grab your foot with your left hand, just keeping both shoulders down. Still gazing over to the left side. Awesome. When you're ready, coming back to center, hugging your left knee in. And if you have any other postures you wanted to do before our final pose of Shavasana, you can do those now. Otherwise, you can just lay on your mat, maybe putting the soles of your feet together, opening up your hips for Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe opening your palms up to the ceiling. If you find that when you're laying flat, that your lower spine is kind of like arched a little bit, like mine is, you can place a pillow or two underneath your knees, and that'll help to straighten out your spine. And slightly tucking your chin to your chest, so the full length of your neck is on the floor. And making sure your jaw isn't clenched. Letting go of your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Just gently closing the eyes. Don't squish them too tight or no twitching. And just take the next few moments to relax your mind and your breath, sinking into your mat, keeping as still as you can. Make sure to still keep your mind aware of what's going on around you. Scanning your body from your head to your toes. Starting to bring some awareness back into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, maybe moving your neck from side to side, bending your elbows and your knees, straightening your arms out overhead for a big good morning stretch, just stretching everything. And slowly pressing onto your left or right side into a fetal position, using your arm as a pillow. And when you're ready, slowly pressing yourself back up into a easy seated position, keeping your eyes closed, staying relaxed, making sure your spine is straight, closing your eyes, Placing a hand on your chest and your stomach again. And just taking some final deep breaths together. Coming back to your intention that you had set at the beginning of practice and just trying to bring that with you throughout the rest of your week. Yoga is all about that unity with your mind and your body and your breath. And I hope you got to experience that today and bring some balance to your nervous system and just bring some peace and relaxation to your body and your mind. And taking a moment to just tell yourself thank you for coming onto your mat and just spending this time for yourself. And also giving gratitude for everything around you, for our Mother Earth for giving us oxygen to breathe and trails to walk and beauty to enjoy, and just treating her with love and respect and showing that gratitude every day through our actions. Bringing your hands to our heart center and quickly rubbing your palms together, creating friction and heat. And placing your hands on your eyeballs, feeling that warm heat transfer, your energy transfer from your practice. Bring your hands back to your heart center, taking one final deep inhale. And an open mouth exhale, let it go. May the light within me be always with you. Namaste. Yay. Thanks, friends, for joining me. I hope you had a relaxing time. Have a good night. Happy Earth Day.